Hi guys, what's going on? This is BTG, and today I want to discuss the issue of copyright and fair use. Now, if you're a game commentator on YouTube, then you're going to need to have a good understanding of these issues, otherwise you could find yourself getting into a lot of trouble. Now, I've made this information as simple as I can, but I can't stress this enough. You should really get the best understanding of the laws that govern where you live as possible. Not knowing the law is not an excuse that they'll accept in court, and if you don't know what rights you have, then you have no rights. Okay, now for my disclaimer. The information contained in this video is for guidance only. While I do have an understanding of the law, I am not a legal professional. The information in this video is offered as an opinion only and is not a substitute for professional legal advice. For appropriate legal advice, you should contact a legal professional. So, as the title suggests, we're going to cover fair use. Now, this is the law in America, and other countries may have similar laws, but I'm covering this one in particular. Now, the internet is still relatively young and laws have yet to adapt, so this could all change in the future, but the information contained in this video should still be a good guide for you. Where this could get really complicated is where people in one country, governed by a set of laws, upload content to a different country with its own set of laws. Now, in my mind, this is simplified by YouTube being an American company based in America, and as America is a major trading partner for a lot of different countries, then their copyright law extends somewhat internationally. To understand copyright and fair use, you need to understand what they're meant to be. Copyright protection is for things that can't be easily secured. In other words, if you were selling paintings, then you could put them in a safe at night to stop thieves making off with your hard work. But that wouldn't stop the thieves making a copy of that work and passing it off as a counterfeit. So that's the protection that copyright offers. Fair use, however, is society's way of ensuring unscrupulous people do not take advantage of the copyright law. It's our counter-argument to stop people extending the scope of their copyright and infringe on our freedoms. Things that would class as fair use would be using content for educational purposes, where you may use the material as an illustration of a point that you're making. The thing to remember is that you should take the use of the content out of competition with the copyright holder. For example, if someone else designed a poster that you had on your wall in a vlog that you made, then that would be fair use. You're not selling their design on a poster or other product, so you're not breaching their copyright protection. Also, a poster appearing in the back of your video is only a small component of the overall content. What you have to remember is that laws are kind of like an argument between two parties, with a third party who has no affiliation with either being the judge. Now, in the following example, I'm going to show you how the law should work in a fair society. It's going to assume that Mega Rich Corporation hasn't bought the best connected lawyer with influence, who, as it happens, isn't close friends with the judge. As you can see, we have BTG Scales of Justice. We're going to use the case of Game Commentator versus Mega Rich Corp. Now, we have two sides for this scale, and each side is going to try and tip the scales in their favour with the weight of their argument. Mega Rich Corp is going first, they load up the scales with their argument. The first in carrying the most weight is that they were the original producer or have bought the rights outright. Then they may add that using their content can cause them financial loss and reputational damage. So now it's your turn to load up the scales. You need to say that the content has been changed outside of its original context. You should also state that you've caused neither financial nor reputational loss. The judge will then view that your video created from your gameplay of the game you own, overlaid with your own commentary, provided a somewhat educational value, maybe not university level, but somewhat educational. He will then dismiss that any loss could be caused by such a video, and that in fact the video helped promote their product, negating any minute loss. He then informs Mega Rich Corp that it's obvious that no one could confuse them with the game commentator's channel, and that the game commentator, offering their own critique on a product whether the producer found it favourable or not, is the essential ingredient to a healthy society. The judge will find in our favour and instruct that Mega Rich Corp will pay any court fees, and informs them that them and their like, should they continue to harass individuals in this way, will be charged with wasting the court's resources. Now, that is how it should work, and one thing that stands in the way of that outcome is big business. First off, big companies can buy the best lawyers who have a lot of powerful connections. Judges can be influenced, after all they are only people. With the money these companies spend, they can buy influence, get laws changed, and just outright bribe people. Secondly, if big business corruption didn't get you, then guess what else could? Yep, that's right, big business. This time it's YouTube. With YouTube's Content ID, they get Mega Rich Corp to register with them. This gives Mega Rich Corp far more powers over copyright than they should have. YouTube effectively makes itself the judge. If your content gets matched, you can appeal. If your appeal gets rejected, in other words Mega Rich Corp say, nope, it's ours, then you can appeal a second time. At this point, YouTube will warn you that if you appeal the content match again, and they find in favour of Mega Rich Corp, which they're automatically going to do, then you will get a copyright strike. Too many of these and they close your channel. So what YouTube is essentially saying is that laws really don't matter, money matters. In reality, YouTube don't want the headache of legal wranglings, especially with the smaller channels. That's why they make it hard for you to monetize this type of video until you can get to a certain size that a network will want to take you on board. That way, it's the network's job to keep you in line, and YouTube has a nice little legal buffer zone between you and them. Something I want you to consider here, if YouTube considers itself to be the judge, then what does that say about Google who own it? Google is a massive company that has its fingers in a lot of different pies. It's mainly known as a search engine that sells advertising space, whether it's on their own sites or on other people's. It also promotes content through its search results, bypassing what you're actually looking for and coming up with the nearest thing from the guy that pays them. Just for a second, I want you to think how much power a company with one of the biggest search engines on the internet actually has over free speech. It now has not only the power to hide you from the search results, making you basically invisible to a large part of the internet, but they can also now do the same to your videos. But hey, what can you do about it? Well, regardless of your age, whether you're 15 or 115, you need better understanding of what's going on around you. You should also become aware of your rights and your responsibilities. And it's only when you're aware of those that you can stop people walking all over them. Okay guys, that's it from me for now. Please don't forget to rate this video. If you're new to my channel and want to be kept up to date with my videos, then please click the subscribe button. I design video game inspired t-shirts, so if you want to check them out, then the link is in the description and on my channel page. All that's left for me to say is I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for watching.